Thank you so much for helping us with our small pet routine. So now that you've come all the way into the volunteer office, you're ready to get started on your shift. If you don't have your badge already, you can find it up on this board here. So you'll go ahead and take your badge off of here. You're gonna grab a clip from here and put that anywhere on your shirt or apron during your shift, and you'll take that home with you as well. Keep it with you because it will get lost here. Everyone has their own individual number, so you're gonna take that number and input it into this screen here, and that way it can track all your hours while you're here for your shift. Once you've done that, you can store all of your belongings in any locker with a key on it. Keep that key with you for your entire shift, and then you can grab your stuff at the end. Now we're ready to check out our small pet routine key. So you'll look up here at the foundation board right here. It says animal care, small pets. As you can see, there is only one key. So if there's another volunteer on this shift with you, that key might already be checked out, so you don't need to worry about getting another key. They're gonna be out on the floor or maybe even in the storage area, and you can catch up with them and just stick by one another so that you have access to the areas that you need. But if it is here, you're gonna go ahead and check it out. We're gonna take one of these little laminated papers out of this bin here. I'm gonna write my name down so they know if that key doesn't return, they need to come and find Cassie and ask her where it is. And now we're ready to head down to the storage area so we can grab all of our supplies so we can clean the adoption floor. So follow me. Hello. Now we will use our key to get into the storage area. Come on this way. Now you're in and you're ready to get everything you need for your shift. All right, so now that you're in the storage area, I'm gonna show you where a few of your supplies might be if you run out. Then we can grab our car and head on down to the adoption floor and start our shift. So you'll see over here, we have lots of hay. So if you ever need to refill any hay, this is where you will find it. If there's no hay here, definitely let your staff partner know, or anyone in the volunteer office, and we can get some more for you or find out if it's on its way. And then if you come this way, this is where you'll find the litter that goes into most of the small pets habitats. It's called Yesterday's News. It might be a little confusing because there is a kitty on there, but you will be using this for the guinea pigs and the rabbits. So that's where that can be found. Any other supplies that you need to stock your cart are going to be found on this shelf here. So if you ever need to restock any pellets or food for the guinea pigs or the rats, that can all be found up here. But for now, this is what we're going to be bringing out to the adoption floor. This cart and this trash can. So we're going to lug this out. We're going to swing by the dog kitchen so we can pick up some veggies for our pets, and then we'll head on out and start cleaning those guys. We'll come out this door here. It's a very light door, so be careful when opening that. If you don't have a friend helping you, we're going to make sure we shut this door on our way out. And then we're ready to go. We're going to pause right here, set our stuff right here while we get some veggies for our animals, so come this way. So right here in the kitchen, we're going to get some veggies for the bunnies and the guinea pigs. Have a bin here. We're going to just fill this up because you can always return it when you're done. So whatever you don't use, you can return rather than not having enough and having to come back. So we're going to get some romaine. That should be good. We're also also going to make sure that we'll grab some orange slices and some bell pepper, because we give a slice of orange to our guinea pigs or bell pepper. So we'll take off a little piece of that and give those to those guys. We'll put this on our cart. We'll be good to head out.
Is that lunch?
We're going to come right through the adoption floor, take a little shortcut. All right, we're good. Ready to go. Because it is a big load to carry out, you can take one thing at a time. Take the cart, then come back and get the trash can. We have all of our supplies out here. We're ready to start cleaning these guys. Okay, so now you have all of your supplies. We're ready to start cleaning the bunnies out here. We're going to start with the 2 squares over here, and then we'll move back into the guinea pigs. When you're doing the small pet routine, we like you to start on the adoption floor, because we do open at 10 for guests, and the shift starts at 9. So we want to make sure that we get these guys completely cleaned up, ready to be looked at, and potentially go home to an adopter today. So we'll start here, and then afterwards we'll go to the pet assistant therapy room, and I'll show you that routine. So all of them have these plastic covers on their cage, which easily just lift off. So we're going to take each of those off and set them aside. I like to set them away from where I'm going to be cleaning their area, because if you set it along here, sometimes I find that it might slide as you're trying to get into their area to clean, and you don't want it in your way. So we'll just completely set it out of the way, so that we can work in a safe area over here. So right now, Jeff is telling us that he wants to go into his crate right now and not be bothered, and that's completely fine. If he's giving us those cues, we're gonna listen to them, and we're gonna clean around him. There's some other cues that you might wanna be looking out for as you're cleaning these guys. If they thump at you, if they growl, or if they're boxing with their paws, we wanna make sure that we're just completely stopping what we're doing. We're gonna take our covers, put them back on, and we're gonna find a caregiver to take care of these guys. Because we don't want to, if they're letting us know that they're bothered, we're going to let them be, and we're going to let someone else take care of it, because we want to do what's best for the animal and for us. We don't want anyone, animal or person, getting injured, so we're just going to take all of those cues into consideration while we're cleaning these guys. So then you're going to take everything out of here, and we're going to clean it. We're going to take the litter box out. It looks very beautiful in here, so I'm not going to dump everything right now, but we're going to take the litter box out, and we're going to dump everything in the trash. We're going to spray it with our vinegar, which we have over here. Right here's our vinegar. So we'll spray it with the vinegar, let it soak. We'll take their water bowl and their pellets, and we'll dump that in the trash. Let that soak as well, set it in the litter box aside, and then we'll take it to the cat kitchen and clean it in just a little bit. We're going to take their carpet squares out, so everything, this and this hard piece of tile, we're going to take all of that out. We have the tile in there because sometimes if it gets a little warm, the rabbits like to go and rest on it for a little cool space. So we'll put that back in when we're all finished, but we're going to completely take everything out, clean it to make sure the bedding isn't soiled so that they have a nice space to sleep on, and then we'll replace it. If it can be salvaged, we'll put the same one back in, but if it is dirty, definitely get rid of it. We have lots of carpet squares and rugs, excuse me, and rugs for them to lay on. So we don't need to try to salvage anything that looks like it might need to be tossed. We won't use any towels or blankets in here because they slide a lot on this floor. We want it to be really sturdy for these guys, so as they're moving about, they have a nice substrate for them to lay on. So now that you've taken everything out, you've cleaned everything, we've put everything back, we've added their food, which everything's gonna be here for you. So we're doing rabbits, so we're gonna get their food. When it's time to do that, it's 1/4 scoop, which is exactly what this cup is, so just 1 scoop. Put that right in their little dish there, and then they're good to go. We're gonna put their litter box in with their bedding, and we're gonna shove this with lots of hay. So we put their hay strategically over here in their litter box because it helps them know where to go to the bathroom while they're getting their little treat. They go to the bathroom right here, and it's a win-win for everyone. Another thing to keep in mind when you're cleaning these guys is they like the same setup every day. So if you can, as best, replicate how this looks after you take everything out, put it back just as you found it, so they know exactly where their food, their water, and their litter box is, so that they can move about their day and have a nice little habitat for the duration of their stay here with us. So we're completely done with that, cleaning that. Jeff is still in his crate, which is completely fine. We're gonna go ahead and put these back. It can be a little bit finicky, just make sure you get the lip under there and then it's good to go. And that's completely done, and we're done with Jeff. We can move on over here. And as I'm going about my day and about to clean Theodore, I'm noticing that this says staff only. So you definitely want to pay attention to signage as you're cleaning these guys. So we're going to completely leave Theodore alone, and a caregiver is going to take care of this area for him. So we can move right on and clean our guinea pigs now. Okay, so now you've finished with these guys. We're going to drag all of our supplies over here to do our guinea pig routine. Bring this right over here. And as you can see, that guinea pig got a little bit skittish as I was approaching, so that's a nice reminder around these guys. They are prey animals, so we want to make sure that we move very slowly around them. So I think I came in a little bit hot with this cart, so we can move this back just a little bit and grab our supplies over here so as we not to bother them too much. So if you come over here, you can see the setup that we have for our guinea pigs here. Again, we're just going to move a little bit slower. I'm going to open this up. As we can see, our little friend is over here in the igloo, just like Mr. Jeff, the bunny over there. This guy is telling me that he wants to be left alone, and we're going to let him do that. So we will clean calmly and quietly around him. So I'm going to close this. And these trays come out, so it's really nice. Sometimes you won't even have to open these up. We could just pull everything out right here. As you can see, we have some ice cream sandwich box filled with hay that I will eventually need to take out. But we can drag that tray completely out. We'll bring it over to the trash can, dump everything. We can spray it with our vinegar and clean it. Then I'm going to take this. And we don't always have to get rid of it. We can look at it and see how it looks. Doesn't look like they gnawed on it too much, so I think this can be salvaged and used again. So I'm going to grab some more hay. Put it in here for our friend. There we go. Go ahead and replace that. I was hoping once he saw that he would go on this side so that I could take his dishes out without disturbing him too much, but he's hanging out over here, which is just fine. He hasn't given me too many signs that he's stressed right now. So I'm going to take these dishes out. Take these dishes out, dump everything, and we're going to clean it. We're going to spray it with vinegar, and we could set it aside, and then we'll replace it with food after we clean everything. Again, we're going to take it to the cat kitchen, which I'll show you at the very end. And then we'll come over here. When you have your dishes all done, we have our guinea pig pellets here, which again, it's one of these scoops. It's just 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to take that, put it in their little dish, and right into their area. We're also going to give them some veggies. We're going to give them pieces here. We're also going to give them a little piece of pepper. They love that. So we'll do that. This is also a helpful tool to have if you need to get to a certain area to clean. If you put this on one side, most of the time they're going to come over to the other area and enjoy this. This over here. See if Dun wants to come and see it. And he does, so he's coming and enjoying that little treat. Oh, but he brought it right back into his igloo. So typically I would say let's take that igloo out and we'll clean that as well. But he's using that as protection right now because he's feeling a little bit overwhelmed with my presence, so I'm gonna let him keep that, and we're gonna move about. We've replaced everything, cleaned everything that we need to clean in here, put the water and the pellets back in here, and now we're completely done with Dun Dun, and we can move on to the next guinea pig area. Then you'll move about this whole area, mostly guinea pigs and rabbits. Sometimes we will get chinchillas and other animals out here. If that is the case, that caretaker that's with you for the day will help go over that routine with you, because it sometimes changes depending on what animal we've got in. But these are the guys you're typically gonna see back here. So you've already done a couple of the rabbits out on the adoption floor. This is the same routine, just a different environment over here. So it's just a different cage that you're gonna be working with here. Just like opens like that, as opposed to those plastic covers, and then this tray comes out as well. I'm not going to pull this tray right now because he's laying right there on it. So if he wasn't in this habitat right now, I could take that completely out and clean everything I needed to clean. But you'll do the same exact routine that you did out there, just a little bit different setup. And we'll work our way around, do all of these guys. And then after we're completely finished, we're gonna grab a broom, which there's not one on this cart. So we're gonna head on in to the pet assisted therapy room, which you're gonna be heading to next. So it's a good place for us to start. I'll show you where that broom is. We'll bring it back out, clean up our area, and then we'll get ready to go do the PAT room. So follow me. This is also on the way to the cat kitchen, which is where you'll be taking all of your dishes while you're cleaning these guys. So you can see where that setup is. So this is our cat kitchen. So you'll be taking all of those dishes, bring them in here, clean everything, and then replace it in those habitats. But let's go grab our broom. Bring it back out to the floor. Now we can go ahead and sweep this entire area up, dump it in our trash can, and we can take the trash out to the dumpster, which I'll show you where the dumpster is at the very end of the routine after we do the pet assisted therapy room.